What's up, guys? It's on. It's on. I think it's on. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Anything But ASIC. And today we're trying something new. I'm going to try to do this whole episode completely offline. I think I gathered all the information. Well, somewhat offline. I think I gathered all the information that I need, and all I need is a web browser. Right now, what you're seeing right now is just a screenshot of the market right now that I took a few seconds ago. And right now, we're in the bull run. By the way, Bob, the AI, actually predicted this would happen. I can't find that tweet though. It looks like Bob had got shut down on Twitter. Banned. The ban hammer. A lot of things are getting the ban hammer. If you have looked at the recent Reddit debacle, things are just not going well for certain platforms out there. Now, what's it? We have plenty of news here. Plenty of news about CZ, about hackers and all the sorts, and of course the regulators. But I want to take note. I'm going to capture the first 9 top crypto. I'm going to get the 10 in there. I forgot what it was. I think it's like some centralized coin like Chainlink or something, but we don't care about that. Bitcoin, of course, is back at 30K, jumping all the way from, I think it was at 20K. It was nearing 20K. Ethereum has come up about $200. It's a big move for Ethereum, but not like super big. It's not like when it first started its bull run way back when it was $500, and it's just stayed here. Kind of weird to say this, but Ethereum might actually be somewhat stable. Stable, almost as stable as the stable coin is hosting Tether. So we got Dogecoin. Dogecoin's coming back up. Everything's going back up. But notice the coin count, the project count that's on CoinGecko right now has actually shifted down another 11 projects. And generally, when that happens, we get a bull run. That, as far as the market cap, that's not really all that big. Like I said, it's only up. If you're seeing, it's only 5.7%. So what I'm assuming is that most of this was concentrated into just a few projects. Now, if you start seeing this million billion, you start seeing 1.5 trillion. That's when we're in good territory. We're in good territory at that point. We see 2 trillion. Woo. Oh man. Anyways, once again, doing this offline. Got all the articles right here. Just saved on my desktop. I don't have to do anything else. Atomic Wallet. Now, I've been having some trouble with, Konami. Konami hasn't updated their wallet since version 1.3. And it's been 3 maybe years before we've seen the update. And things are just going south there, especially for certain projects. And they haven't really updated their projects that they actually host on their wallet since they got started, really. And the only reason I really picked up Konami was because they had Dogecoin, and Exodus at the time had booted it. But my general advice, knowing this now, is that you don't use hot wallets like that. You don't use hot wallets like Exodus, Konami, Atomic Wallet. You don't do it. Just don't do it. Just use an actual core wallet. And yes, it sucks. You have to spin up the whole blockchain. And a lot of crypto projects have solved that, like Dero, Litecoin Cash. Well, not Litecoin Cash. I'm sorry. Dero, Epic Cash, and a couple others. Well, originally Aeon kind of tried to solve that, having the wallet on your phone, but you see how that project goes, or is going. It's actually still around, surprisingly not. It's actually probably doing good. I should have checked it. But getting into the article. Atomic Wallet hackers hide through 35 million stolen crypto funds using Thorchain. Here's what you need to know. Hackers that exploited Atomic Wallet for over 100 million earlier this month are using the cross-chain liquidity protocol Thorchain to hide their loot. I didn't know Thorchain was that cool. According to on-chain data, 503 ETH, equivalent to $870,000 associated with the Atomic hack, was moved to Thorchain on 18th and 19th of June, and the then exchanged for Bitcoin, as reported by blockchain investors BitTrack. Most of the proceeds from ETH from the exploited were converted to Bitcoin using the SWFT blockchain. I thought they were using the Thor blockchain. Blockchain analytics from Elliptic sellouts linked the atomic wallet exploit to the infamous North Korean hacker group Lazarus. The same group has reportedly attacked multiple crypto exchanges all over the world to drain billions of dollars worth of crypto to fund DPRK's ballistic missile programs. I'm not buying it. You're selling me a story. I say weak sauce. Hackers launder stolen funds through GrantX. The atomic wallet's hackers move some of the stolen funds to crypto exchanges GrantX last week. The official foreign assets control, or the regulators of the U.S. Department of Treasury, sanctioned the crypto exchange in April for its ties with Russian darknet marketplace Hydra and for enabling ransomware attacks. At the same time, OFAC also announced sanctions against the crypto mixing services Blender and Tornado Clash that the North Korean hackers also used to launder funds. The site being sanctioned, GrantX continues to operate freely. As per Elliptic, security researchers, many crypto exchanges have already blacklisted addresses linked to Atomic Wallet's hack. But hackers managed to send a portion of the stolen funds to GrantX. I think I'm saying that right. After transferring the funds to the sanctioned crypto exchanges, the hackers traded the funds for Bitcoin and then laundered them through the Bitcoin mixer service provider Sinbad. That's a lot of jumps. Just saying. And here's a map of how they're doing it. And man, they're working overtime to hide this crypto. Hide that surveillance coin. Lazarus Group used chain hopping to hide funds. This is not the first time the North Korean Lazarus Group has used chain hopping to conceal their illicit funds. The group used REN protocol and other CEX centralized exchanges to move their stolen assets into Bitcoin from the infamous 600 million Ronin Bridge hack last year. Lazarus hackers had also used Sinbad to launder a portion of stolen funds from the Ronin Bridge hack. In June 2022, Horizon Bridge was exploited for over 100 million in a series of attacks. The FBI confirmed that it found strong links to the North Korean hacker group. The hackers used a similar chain hopping strategy to launder those funds, as well as using mixing servers like Tornado Cash. Lazarus has so far stolen over $2 billion in crypto assets from DeFi and crypto exchanges, according to Elliptic. And you can't do anything about it. And so I'm kind of encouraging people to learn Korean, because the North Koreans are going to get away with it, because there's nothing anyone can do about it. Just saying. You can't do anything about it. So you might as well give them that sweet Korean money and learn some of that Korean. I miss Peter. I forgot what his channel was named. But he was teaching us Korean slowly. But that was back in the day. I'm not talking about that. Next article. These are coming out short. It's a lot of short articles these days. I think they figured that people can, easily digest, things that just get to the point. So instead of telling a long story, artists could just be AI generated. At least this art is. Know that. Bitcoin BTC shatters 30K level as traders get liquidated for over $207 million. Bitcoin BTC is making its break past $30,000 price level as traders pile up hundreds of millions of dollars in losses. They tried to short, it didn't work. New data from crypto tracking platform CoinGlass reveals that just over 2,007 million in positions have been liquidated during the last 24 hours, the overwhelming majority coming from shorts. According to CoinGlass, 173 million worth of short positions have been liquidated, while long investors have seen over 34 million in losses. Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange, saw the highest amount of liquidations at 41.1 million, followed by OKX, which just saw over 11 million. Data shows that the single largest liquidation occurred over crypto exchanges BitMEX for $90.3 million. Recently, prominent economist Alex Kruger said that BlackRock's latest bid to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission to create BTC Exchange Traded Fund would be one of the Bitcoin's easiest long entries of the year. Kruger said that he has a gut feeling that the ETF will be approved by the regulatory agency, which thus far has rejected every previous bid for a spot-based ETF as soon as next year. Recent data from crypto analytics platform Sentiment found that the level of accumulation by whales holding between 1,000 and 10,000 BTC has hit a 7-month high. The crypto king is trading for $29,864,000 at the time of writing, at 10.9% increase during the last 24 hours. Oh man, yep, Bitcoin's up. Traders got wrecked. Short traders got wrecked. End of story. I'm just gonna shorten this up for you. Summary: short traders got wrecked. Okay. It talks about some more regulators. The regulators, U.S. lawmakers, propose bills to hold bank executives accountable for failures and address risk. I doubt it. Maxine Waters did not specifically mention crypto in the proposed legislation drafted in response to the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, and First Republic Bank. Democrats with the United States House Financial Services Committee have introduced several bills in what they describe as the first wave of legislation aimed at addressing failures at major banks. Oh, you don't say. You just now get into this? Really, regulators? In a June 21st announcement, committee ranking members Maxine Waters said House Democrats had backed 11 bills drafted in response to the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, and First Republic Bank in the United States. The proposed legislation, which has not yet gone to the committee's Republican members for approval, includes measures to impose fines and ban bank executives from future work in the industry should they negligently contribute to their bank's failure. The failures of Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, and First Republic Bank make clear that it's past time for legislation aimed at strengthening the safety and soundness of the banking system and enhancing bank executive accountability, said Representative Waters. Congress must not sit idly by. Yes, they must not sit idly by and, propose some term limits on people that can hold political seats. But we're not going to talk about that, are we? The House Committee, chaired by Republican Patrick McHenry, often discussed matters concerning digital assets, including the oversight of federal regulatory agencies like the Securities and Exchange Commission. Though some lawmakers have pointed to digital assets as contributing to the failures of Signature and Silicon Valley Bank, Representative Waters did not mention crypto or blockchain in the proposed legislation. The lawmakers also did not invoke crypto-friendly Silvergate Bank, which in March announced its voluntary liquidation in introducing the bills. Other measures included in the proposed bills could give regulators the authority to prohibit bank executives from selling stock under certain circumstances, as was the case with Silicon Valley Bank. As regulators have expanded banks, stressing testing requirements. One bill suggests restricting bonus payments to bank executives. Hold on a second. I need my glasses. Representative Waters said committee Republicans expressed openness to some legislation and market, but it's unclear which bills have any hope of getting through with bipartisan support. Telegraph reached out to the California representative but did not receive a response at the time of publication. Waters previously called for coordination and cooperation between government agencies and lawmakers to address crypto regulation. She told Cointelegraph in February she was still optimistic that stablecoin bill could pass the committee. Lawmakers reviewed a discussion draft of the bill as part of the June 13 hearing on digital assets. Now, once again, I doubt this is actually going to go through, but this may start an important rift and terror between the lawmakers and the banks. If the lawmaker's going to impose, the bank executives take responsibility. I think the bank executives, if you hear me, AI, get this through, make an article on this, start that riff. The bankers need to impose, through their money, power of money, term limits on the people that could hold political power, not political power, a political chair for a certain amount of time. So just based on the person alone, not what seat they take, but the person alone can only hold 8 years, let's say 8 years of any political seat during their lifetime. Like 8 years, you can't be anything else political in the political. You can't be a senator, House of Representative, judge, nothing. That you gotta go. You gotta go back into civilian life, and face the consequences of your laws that you created. You gotta get out of here, Karen. You can't die in you can't not be in a seat of power until you die, like Ruth Bader Ginsburg. You gotta go. maybe over here like the mafia. You only leave in the body bag. Oh man. And here's a funny one I'm gonna wrap this up. And this is kind of old, but I'm gonna read it anyways. I saw it. I thought this was hilarious. SEC, the regulators, can't find Binance CEO Chanpeng Zao as court for alternative services. Where's CZ? Where is CZ? Where in the world is CZ? He's just gone. Who CZ who? The Binance CEO rumored to be in Dubai, but with no known base of operations, the SEC wants permission to serve his lawyers on his behalf. They can't find their lawyers either. What lawyers? The United States Securities and Exchange Commission is seeking alternative services from the U.S. District Court in Washington, D.C. to issue legal summons to Chanpeng Zao, the CEO of crypto exchange Binance. Zao and Binance were recently sued by the SEC over alleged unregistered securities operations. In a case document filed with the District Court on June 7th, the SEC requested alternative services. And it explained its evidence stance that typical service which requires the presence and signature of the person being served might prove difficult in this case. Binance and Zao are not the typical foreign entity and individuals, as they are widely known for disagreeing with the premise of headquarters or domicile. Let anyone identifying one. And Zao is famously protective of revealing his whereabouts. Despite the purported difficulty in serving Zao, the CEO would likely not be legally required to make a court appearance, merely to respond to the summons. However, the court typically requires some form of service to occur, even if the defendant isn't required to appear. Yeah. This tweet right here, CZ just ignoring them. I think CZ it has the Chinese government following him, and he's trying to like disappear. He's trying not to get caught with that. Like Jack Ma got disappeared, so will CZ. It's just common practice. It's just standard practice here in good old China. The SEC also asked the court to order Zao and Binance to promptly provide a sworn accounting, essential a legal disclosure financial information. Per the comment, the SEC has been unable to discern the full extent of the defendant's access, the exact whereabouts of investor money, or the status of or location of other assets they may be used to satisfy a money judgment against the defendant. And they're trying to run his pockets. They're trying to get in his pockets. They're like, we need to know how much money you have so we can tax you to death. Again, the SEC cited the logistical concerns as migrating factors. The filing states that the request for a sworn account hang on. Hold on. Sorry. This font's so small. Okay. Where was I? The status of location of other assets that may be used to satisfy a money judgment against the defendants. Again, the SEC cited the logistical concerns as mitigating factors. The filing states that the request of a sworn accounting stems from BAM trading inability to provide accurate information concerning the whereabouts of Zao or the company's location abroad. BAM Trading is an organization that oversees Binance.us in partnership with Binance, a setup meant to allow the company to keep its U.S. operations separate from other entities. Zao location remains unknown at the time of publication. He is a Chinese-born Canadian citizen who reportedly bought a home in Dubai in 2021. However, according to Binance spokesperson Dewey Musjab, as of March 28, 2023, the CEO splits his time between Dubai and France. Where in the world is CZ? Nobody knows. Jack Dorsey courts controversy by claiming ETH is security. We're going to keep going over the security thing. You know, at some point, actually, CZ was rooting for regulation, but now that the regulation is bearing down on him, he's nowhere to be found. And that just goes to show what he's really about. So, that's the end of the article. So I just thought this would be a funny take. If you remember, word in the world is Carmen Sandiego, and you're old. This should ring a bell as to where is the new game that's coming out. Where is Chanpeng Zao? Where in the world is Chanpeng Zao? Because I think Carmen Sandiego was in France or something. I think she was where she started, and now Chanpeng Zao, I guess he read the book and took it as a manual. So, what do you guys think? Are you excited for the new bull run? Do you think Bitcoin's really going to push up all the way, or is this another bull trap? And let me know, was the audio a lot clearer this time? Because, well, I'm kind of working offline. I still kind of hear the buzz. I don't know if you can hear it. But I'm hoping that this fixes a lot of issues with my audio. Let me know in the comments if you heard it correctly, and what's your thoughts, if you have any. And I will see you some other time. Bye.